There are two different things that we provide to the industry. One is a flagship portal called TBO Holidays.com, which has an access to 150,000 hotels worldwide. And these are all B2B net rates, which is wholesale rates much lower than the rates that the hotels offer on their own websites. So these rates are exclusive to travel agents, and travel agents can use these rates to create their own packages. So that's a system that we provide in about 30 countries worldwide, and we just come to London this year. And the second solution we provide on top of these hotels is an actual booking system that the travel agent can use to have their own website, a B2B and a B2C website, along with a mobile app on iPhone and Android, which allows them to sell hotels, flights, cars, packages to their customers using a payment gateway. 5 years ago, we couldn't have predicted where the industry is today. And definitely, at least on the distribution side of things, technology has played a very, very disruptive role. New business models have emerged purely because technology enabled things which were not possible previously. What we see happening in the coming years is that the concept of dynamic packaging, which everybody has been talking about for a long time, I think that's going to become a reality soon because the suppliers are getting smarter, they are more tech savvy, and soon they will be able to come together and create packages without requiring a catalog in between. So I think that's the new innovation we can anticipate happening in the coming years, where guests, travelers will be able to create their own packages, picking up hotels that they want to stay in, the transfers that they want to deploy, the sightseeing that they want to enjoy, and all of that coming together in a package without any human intervention. So I think that's the big frontier that we are looking at in the coming years. In any developing economy, the first sector that goes online in terms of e-commerce is always travel, always, right? And it always is the largest sector in terms of the amount of transaction and the amount of value of transactions that happen. So clearly travel has lent itself very well to technology. And the only challenge is that travel depends on a large thousands and thousands of suppliers, right? And for every supplier to adapt technology takes time. So we see all of these large companies which are very, very tech savvy, and they start to dominate the market just because they leverage technology so well. And then we see a large number of long tail of suppliers, vendors, individual entrepreneurs, and they sometimes struggle with technology, which is where we try to play a role by offering low-cost solutions which run in the cloud. So that you don't need any IT knowledge, you don't need to deploy anything yourself. Just leverage that technology and make your business run better. I think WTM and conferences like this one will always remain relevant. Sometimes in the technology world, we forget that ultimately it is people behind those technologies and behind the travel business. So, seeing people face to face, a handshake, a drink together, I think that's very, very important. That connection is extremely important for us. We work with vendors, with suppliers across dozens of countries. And a lot of time that interaction is purely over email, over phone, or even more impersonal now, over XML, right? You do not know the name, of the person, how they look like, but just interacting with them over XML, right? So this is one opportunity where everybody is there, right? Everybody we work with comes to one place, great time to connect, great time to network and discuss the future. So I think this is very exciting. Everybody looks forward to this show. And I think this technology is not going to replace shows like WTM. Hats off to WTM for making Wi-Fi free at the show. Because the apps are pretty irrelevant. You're traveling from a different country. On roaming, you're not going to use your internet, right? But the fact that there was an app and Wi-Fi was free at the show made the app actually very useful. And there is a lot more I think that can be done around adopting technology to just make these conferences easier to manage. But great leap this year with the apps.